Hello guys, and welcome to another quick tutorial from Vintage Radar. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the watch battery on your Gucci quartz watch. So as you can see, we have a vintage ladies model that features a quartz movement. So this is going to be powered by a battery. We have the snap off back, meaning we are going to use a back case opener in order to open the back of the watch, and then we are going to replace the watch battery. As you can see here on the table, I have a few things that I'm also going to leave links in the description box below. Today's model is going to use the 364 or the SR621SW watch battery, and as you can see, I would definitely recommend to go and purchase the one by Renata's. As you can see, they are going to have different names, and they are going to be different in thickness, in size, in width, so make sure to order the exact watch battery type that your watch needs. When you have a small ladies watch, usually it is going to operate with the 364 watch battery. In case you have a bigger model, so a bigger movement, it can also use the AG7 or the AG6 watch batteries. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below to those as well. Also, you are going to need a back case opener, so you are going to need a watch knife in order to open the back of the watch, and then I'm going to need a metallic pair of tweezers in order to, let's say, maneuver the old watch battery to remove it, and a non-metallic pair of tweezers in order to grab the new watch battery and to maneuver it in order not to drain the energy. So this is going to be very useful in case you want to replace regularly the watch batteries on your watches. In case you are just starting out, I would definitely recommend to go and grab one of these. This is going to be the basic watchmaker toolkit, and it is going to have all the basic tools that you can use in order to open the backs of the watches, to adjust the bracelets, to replace the batteries, and to do a bunch of stuff, especially if you are starting out. And you also have the option to go and purchase a watch press, because you are going to have some watches that cannot be closed without this, because you are going to need a lot more pressure. And I'm also going to explain how to use this at the end. When you want to open the back of the watch, what you would like to do is to look on the exterior of the watch case and look for a small opening or a small lift inside the back of the watch, where you can actually put the watch case, so the back case opener, in between the back of the watch and the watch case. On some watches, as you can see right here, it is going to be a lot more easier to spot it, but on other models, just like this one, you won't be able to see it very easily. But what you want to do is to go either at 12 o'clock or at 6 o'clock in order to see if your back case opener is going to go underneath, so in between the back of the watch and the watch case. And what you want to do is to get in between them and then push a little bit and push towards yourself in order to push the back of the watch towards yourself. And as you can see, this is going to be the back of our watch with the engraving on the inside. And here we have the watch movement. Now, when it comes to Gucci watch movements, they are going to use these very interesting movements, and you are going to find a few variations. So you can have this one right here that is going to have this metallic plate on top of the watch battery. Then you can also have something similar to this one. This is not going to be a Gucci watch, but it is very similar to those bigger movements that I was talking about that are going to use the AG6 watch battery. As you can see right here, you are going to sometimes need a small screwdriver that you can also find inside the basic watchmaker toolkit in case you need to unscrew one of these two screws. But in our case, I'm going to use a metallic pair of tweezers in order to grab one of them and to open the watch battery, so to have the access to the watch battery. As you can see, the ring right here, so this gold plated plate, as you can see right here under this screw, has a full circle, but here you can see that it is a little bit opened. So what I can do in this case is to push it a little bit down and to the left in order to go underneath and then away from the screw at the top. So this is going to be the tutorial that we are going to use in order to open it up. Then you can slide it a little bit to the left, and then you have access to the watch battery. And as you can see, you will be able to remove it with your non-metallic pair of tweezers. And in our case, you can actually read the exact watch battery type right here. As you can see, it has a plus and it has the 621 watch battery type, or AG1, but you can see that it is going to be the Renata 364. So I'm going to take a new watch battery, as I mentioned, the Renata 364, because this is going to be higher quality compared to the other non-branded watch battery that it had before. And what I want to do is to place the watch battery in the exact same way that it was positioned initially. As you can see, we have the plus facing upwards. And now what I want to do is to put the metallic gold plated plate back in its initial position. So what I am going to do is to go from the other side this time, because as you can see, the longer head is on this part. So I'm going to push it down, go underneath the upper screw, and then try to push it a little bit upwards. And you can see right now the watch battery is held into place. In case you do not have a second hand, you are going to need to leave the watch just like this for, let's say, 1-2 minutes to make sure that it is ticking. As you could have seen, the minute hand moved a little bit to the right, so this is a good sign that the watch battery is good. And now what we want to do is to put the back of the watch back. In my case, I can actually do this with my bare hands because this is going to be very easy to push back. You can see that the logo, it is going to match the writing is going to match the front of the watch. So I have Gucci written this way, and right here I'm going to have Gucci written right here as well. And as you can see, you can hear a small snap. In case you cannot press down the back of the watch with your bare hands, as I mentioned, you are going to need a watch press. And here you are going to find a small bag with different caps with different rings that you can interchange in order to have one underneath and one above. So I'm going to use this one in order to cover the front of the watch, and as you can see, it is not going to make contact with the watch crystal. It is going to hit the case of the watch, and also it is not going to apply any pressure onto the watch stem. So that is going to be two things that you want to pay very close attention to, because you do not want to break the glass or damage the crown of the watch. Now on the other end, what you want to look for is to make sure that the other cap is going to make contact with the back of the watch, and it is going to fully cover it. So it is not going to be too large or too small, because it is not going to distribute the pressure equally and correctly onto the watch, and you can either bend the back of the watch in case it is too small, or it is not going to work in case it is too big. Also make sure that the ring above doesn't apply any pressure onto the watch crown as well, because as I mentioned, you do not want to break it. You are going to press it down and you are going to hear a small click or a small snap, signaling the fact that the back of the watch has gone into its position. In case you have this other watch battery type, what you want to do is to use the metallic pair of tweezers in order to remove the watch battery, and then as I mentioned, you are going to maneuver it with the non-metallic pair of tweezers. And what you want to do right here, in case you have this type of movement, is to position the watch battery right here, because as you can see, we have this lateral plate, and then you are going to push it towards that plate, just like this, and then also inside. And you will be able to see that as you push the battery towards this metallic part, it is going to make room for the watch battery on the other side. Then once again, you are going to make sure that your watch is ticking. As I mentioned, this is not a Gucci watch, but this particular style is going to be very similar to those other watch movements that you might find in your Gucci watch. Now all that is left to do is to set the time, and in this particular model we have the time only, so I'm going to pull the crown to the last position, set the time, and then push the crown all the way back in. In case you have a different model with a date complication or a chronograph, I'm going to have links for these as well, link in the description box below, because you want to correctly and safely set the date so that you do not damage the date wheel. So make sure to watch that video as well. So guys, that was the quick tutorial that I had for you today. I'm going to leave links in the description box below to all the tools that I have used throughout this video. Once again, make sure to grab all of these before actually starting to work on your watches so that you are fully prepared when you are starting to replace the watch battery. In case you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this YouTube channel, let me know in the comment section below if you managed to replace the watch battery, if you had any, let's say, difficulty, if you had the exact watch battery type, if you have a different movement, let me know in the comment section below. And also, guys, if you would like to purchase vintage and pre-owned watches, make sure to check out our website because we have thousands of vintage watches for sale, including this very beautiful Gucci quartz watch, link in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next video.